Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to discuss a topic that's been brewing in our minds for quite some time: the impact of caffeine on your sleep. We all love that morning cup of coffee or tea to kickstart our day, but have you ever wondered about the effects it might have on your nighttime rest? Caffeine, as we know, is a stimulant that can keep us alert and awake. It's like an energy boost that can quickly jolt our senses into action. However, this same stimulant can disrupt our sleep cycle, leading to insomnia and other sleep disorders. To make matters more complex, the effects of caffeine can last up to 10 hours, which means that afternoon cup of coffee might be the reason you're tossing and turning at night. In today's video, we're going to unravel the mystery of caffeine and how it impacts our sleep. We'll explore the science behind caffeine's effects on our sleep cycle and provide some tips on reducing its impact for a better night's rest. So buckle up and get ready for a journey into the world of caffeine and sleep. Now that we know how caffeine can impact our sleep, let's delve deeper into the mystery of caffeine. Ever wondered how caffeine impacts your sleep? A question many of us have pondered over a late-night cup of joe or an afternoon pick-me-up. Caffeine, a familiar companion to most, is found in an array of sources, from your morning coffee to your afternoon tea, the energy drinks you consume when burning the midnight oil, and even in that sweet, tempting chocolate. But what exactly is caffeine? Well, it's a stimulant, a substance that rouses your central nervous system, keeping you alert and awake. Imagine it like an electric jolt, sparking your senses and brightening your mind. It's that kick that keeps you going when your energy levels start to dip. But here's the intriguing bit. Caffeine doesn't just perk you up, it also has a profound effect on your sleep. Yes, that's right, your precious, rejuvenating sleep. So, you might be wondering, how does this all relate to a good night's sleep? Now let's delve into the science of how caffeine affects your sleep. Quite fascinating, isn't it? Caffeine, the world's most popular psychoactive substance, has a significant impact on our sleep patterns. It all boils down to a little thing called adenosine receptors in our brains. Picture this. Adenosine is a substance that accumulates in your brain throughout the day, making you feel increasingly tired. It's like a biological clock, telling you when it's time to hit the hay. Caffeine, being the clever imposter that it is, blocks these receptors. In simpler terms, it masks your brain's signals for sleepiness. You're still tired, but caffeine is essentially telling your brain, nope, not yet. Now let's talk about the half-life of caffeine. This is the time it takes for your body to eliminate half of the caffeine you've consumed. The tricky bit is that this half-life can vary significantly from person to person, often ranging between 3 to 5 hours. However, for some it can take up to 6 hours for just half the caffeine to leave their system. But wait, there's more. It can take a whopping 10 hours for caffeine to be completely out of your system. 10 hours. So if you're sipping on that delicious afternoon espresso, it could still be partying in your system when you're trying to get some shut-eye at night. Your love for coffee, tea, or energy drinks might be keeping you up at night more than you think. It's not just about the amount of caffeine you consume, but when you consume it. Drinking caffeine too close to bedtime can significantly disrupt your sleep cycle, making it harder for you to fall asleep and stay asleep. So, the timing of your caffeine consumption can play a big role in your sleep quality. Remember, it's not just about cutting back on caffeine, but also about being mindful of when you drink it. Sweet dreams, folks. Now that you know how caffeine impacts sleep, you're probably wondering how to reduce its effects. Well, there are a few ways you can do that. First, keep an eye on your daily intake. The recommended daily limit of caffeine for healthy adults is roughly 400 milligrams, which is about the same as 4 cups of brewed coffee. If you're having more than that, you might want to scale back a bit. Second, avoid caffeine in the late afternoon and evening. Caffeine can stay in your system for several hours, so that afternoon pick-me-up could be hindering your sleep at night. Finally, consider switching to decaf or herbal tea. These options can give you that warm, comforting feeling of a cup of coffee or tea, without the caffeine that can keep you awake. Remember, everyone is different, and some people may be more sensitive to caffeine than others. So let's quickly recap what we've learned today. Caffeine, that pick-me-up we all know and love, is a stimulant. This means it can disrupt your sleep, making it harder for you to drift off into dreamland. And here's the kicker. Its effects can linger for up to 10 long hours. Yes, you heard that right, 10 hours. But fear not, there are ways to minimize its impact on your sleep. One of the most effective strategies is to limit your daily caffeine intake. Health experts generally recommend no more than around 3 cups of coffee a day for most healthy adults. Also, try to avoid caffeine in the late afternoon and evening. That way its effects will have worn off by the time you're ready to hit the hay. Armed with this knowledge, you can now make more informed decisions about your caffeine consumption and hopefully improve your sleep quality. Good night and sleep tight.